guys, today I'm filming my first update for my chopping block Will I Declutter series of 2019. If you guys did not see my intro, I'll have that linked up in the cards. In my intro, I explain what this project is all about, and I do show you all of the items that I want to test out this year. So I'm going to start by giving you an update on the specific products that I've tested over the past 2 months. I will also let you know any products I returned, any other things I chose to declutter, and any things I may have had to throw away because they expired. So starting, I actually have some products I would like to add in here, and that would be all of my cream cheek products. So I just have this little inner design organizer in my complexion drawer where I've got a bunch of liquid and cream cheek products. So I'll just show you all of them here, and these are things I'll be testing throughout spring and summer. So the first thing I'm not going to be testing, I already know I'm keeping this. I'm absolutely in love with it. It's a Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Serum Bronzer. This is a staple for me for the summertime, so not testing that one. But everything else in here does need to be tested. So I have some little mini freebie products. This is the Anastasia contour stick in the shade Mink. So just a tiny little nub in here, but it is a cool toned color. Then I've got 2 products from Benefit. This is the Do the Hoola Liquid Bronzer, and I tried a little foil sample of this, but it will be cool to try out a deluxe size sample. And then I also have the Benefit Dandelion Dew, which is like a light pink blush color. I also have the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour, which I do like. It's a little dark for me, but I am able to make it work. I have a blush. This is the Lancome My Parisian Blush in Rose Haussman. This is a few years old. Alright, this is what that looks like. It's a really pretty pinky color. I don't wear pink blushes a ton, but I actually do really love this formula. And the last product I have here will be the e.l.f. Aqua Beauty Blush and Bronzer Duo in the shade Bronzed Peach. This is a little dark for me, but I think I'll be able to make it work in the summertime. This is a really cool, like, bouncy texture. So I just want to get some good use out of all of these and then decide if I want to keep them all or not, because since they are cream and liquids, I would like to pass them on before they expire if I decide I don't like them. So I'll be testing those out, like I said, throughout spring and summer. So moving on to give you my thoughts on the products I tested over these past 2 months. So majority of the things that I tested were actually my blushes, bronzers, and highlights. I only have one more that I need to test out, which I will tell you guys about in my next update. But I've got a stack of ones I'm keeping and a stack of ones that I'm decluttering. And the ones that I'm keeping, I will reevaluate at the end of the year to make sure I actually want to keep them. Like last year and the year before, there have been times where I decided to keep something initially, but then after more use, more consideration, I decided to let it go. So I will show you what things I have. So I am going to keep my Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. I am wearing this today. I think it's a really pretty color and a good formula. I just hadn't given it proper use, so I'll be hanging on to this one. I'm also going to be keeping theBalm Take Home the Bronze in the shade Oscar. This is just a really nice contour color for me in the winter time. For now, I'm going to be hanging on to the NYX Blush in Taupe. I do prefer this one a little bit more in the winter, but this is just so hard for me to get rid of because it was one of my first favorite products. One of my first loves. You can't really buy this anymore, so I'm going to hang on to it for now. This is a little older, and I probably wouldn't want to give it to somebody else, so I'll probably end up just keeping it, but I will reevaluate this one. Then I've got my 2 pink blushes. So the first one is theBalm Down Boy. I'm wearing this one today, and I do think it's very beautiful. I love theBalm blushes. This is a matte cool tone pink. Then I have theBalm Instain Blush in Argyle, which is a matte warm tone pink. These apply well. They last on the skin. They look absolutely beautiful. I'm keeping these. Even though I wear peach blushes over pink blushes. There are still days I reach for them, like today. I do like them with certain makeup looks, and because I already have them, I don't need to get rid of them. So these are going to stay, and I do feel really happy with that decision. So now I will show you the 4 products I tested that I am choosing to declutter. The first is this little mini of the Smashbox step-by-step contour kit, the light to medium shade. And I tested these. I think that the products are nice, the colors are pretty, but I just don't reach for them. Part of that is because these pans are so small, it's hard to get a brush in there. It's a good product. This is a little too cool tone for me, and I already have the NYX Taupe that I don't use a ton. So I just don't need this, so I'm going to be passing this one on to my friend Amanda. Then I've got some highlighters. So this one I just made the decision today. I'm wearing this on my cheekbones. I've tested this out for the past few days. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in White Raven. I just do not get on with this formula. It is so hard for me to apply. I don't love the way it looks in the skin. This shade is pretty, but it looks a little ashy on my cheek, so I'm going to be giving this to a friend as well. I had to have this, and I just don't like this formula, so I will not be buying any more of these shades, and I will be getting rid of this one. Then I do have 2 highlighters I will be getting rid of. The first is the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla. This is just too subtle, but also too dark for me. If I had more of a tan complexion, this would show up to be that nice, beautiful, subtle glow, but it just doesn't work for my skin tones. I'm going to be giving this to my friend Ami because she is more tan than I am. And then I will be passing along this Wet n Wild Loose Zodiac highlighter to my friend Jean. I just feel like this is a little glittery looking on my cheeks. It is a pretty color, but I'm just not in love with the texture and the fact that it's loose. But I'm going to be passing this on to my friend Jean because I know she would absolutely love to try this out. And lastly, I have a couple lip products that I tested, and 2 of them are going in the trash. 2 of them are going to be given away. So I will start with the ones I'm giving away, and that would be a couple ColourPop Lippie sticks. The first one is Lumiere, which is a matte finish. This is a beautiful mauve color, but I do have other ones that are similar. I do have ColourPop Contempo, which is slightly lighter and more pink tone than this, but it's also matte. I like that one just as well, and I don't reach for this one very much, so I'm going to be passing this one on to my friend Sierra. I'm also going to be giving her the Lippie stick in Grunge. It's a matte finish. This is a beautiful color, but I haven't worn this in over a year, and I've got things. No, I don't really have things that are similar, but I have things that I choose to use instead of this one, and I know my friend Sierra likes more brown tone lip colors, so I think this would be really pretty, and I am going to give that one to her. Then I do have 2 that I am throwing away. This first one would be the Lippie stick in Cami. I love this color. It's a beautiful, deep, warm rose. That's what the color looks like though. So yeah, that's going in the trash because it's broken. I will definitely repurchase that at some point because I love that formula and color. I'll probably wait till there's a 20% off sale because I don't need it. I'm not in a rush to buy it, but I just love it so much and I definitely will. And the other item I will be throwing out is the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in Love Muffin. This is a very pale, warm pink, and it smells like glue. Y'all know. Literally have never heard anybody else say this, but my ColourPop Ultra Satin lips after 6 to 9 months or a year start smelling like rancid glue, and it's way too much for me, and I can't get past the scent, and I'm throwing this out. I'm not buying any more Ultra Matte or Ultra Satin lips from ColourPop. I'm just not doing it. Now I'm going to let you guys know about any of the products I returned over the past 2 months, and unfortunately there were quite a few. The first would be the LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation. I'll have that video linked up in the cards. I do have a first impression and follow up on it, and I was not impressed with the coverage. It did not keep me that matte, and I have so many other foundations in my collection that work better for me. I didn't want to keep that foundation, even though it was affordable. I didn't want to keep it to have to use it up if I didn't really enjoy it, so I did end up returning that. I also had the Lime Crime Venus Extra Small Rose Gold palette. I do think that the quality was nice, the shades were very pretty, and I did get it for a great price. It was only $10, and you know, that's not bad for a high-end quad at all. But I just did not like the packaging. I thought it was so bulky. If they seriously could have kept that same design and put it on skinny packaging like the Balm, something like that, I would have loved it so much more, which is such a silly reason, but I would have. And the colors were pretty, but I definitely had them in my collection. I didn't need that. So that's why I ended up returning that. Then I got one of the Beauty Bakerie liquid lipsticks in the shade Versaille, and this is a very, very beautiful dusty pink color. It's a really long wearing formula, however, it never fully dries down and it's very, very sticky. I am someone that touches my lips all day long. My lips are very sensitive. I'm just like, I don't know how to describe it, but like I put lip balm on all day long. Like my lips are very sensitive. I'm very hyper aware of my lips. So when things are sticky, it drives me crazy. And I just could not get past that. I was like doing that all day long. I couldn't get past it. It was like an incredibly long wearing formula. It reminds me of the Maybelline Superstay matte inks, but even though I rated the Maybelline matte inks really highly, I ended up getting rid of mine because I couldn't get past that stickiness. Even though like I understand why it's there and it makes the product a little bit more comfortable and long wearing, I just can't do it. I did also end up returning the e.l.f. Putty Primer, which is supposed to be a dupe of the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and that one, no, it just didn't do anything for me. It felt very greasy. It didn't minimize my pores. It didn't help keep me matte. It didn't give me glow. It didn't do anything for my skin, so I did end up returning that, as well as the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Now, this is something that I returned because the shade Fair Warm was super pale. It was basically white, like a yellow tone white, like my Hard Candy Glamouflage foundation in Porcelain I love so much. And I would have kept this as a mixer if I didn't already have a white concealer from ColourPop, but I do, and it's gonna take me forever to get through that one, so I did end up returning that concealer. It was really hard for me to even be able to test out the formula considering that the shade was so off. It was more of like highlighting my spots under my eyes than it was concealing, but that is something I want to try in the future in the light warm shade, and hopefully that one will work well for me. But it did seem like a really good concealer and I just had the wrong color. So now moving on to the other products I am choosing to throw out or declutter. Only one thing I'm throwing away. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio Plush Silk Quad in the shade Irresistibly Ivy. I've had this since at least 2010, like maybe even before then, which is insane, and I do love these two colors here, but I haven't used this in over a year, and I've got things that are similar and I just need to let it go. Like, this is so hard for me because these colors are so unique and beautiful. Even though you'd think that color is not that unique, I don't have anything quite like it. But I just have to throw it away. I have to make myself do it because otherwise I would just hold on to it in the back of my drawer for years and years. Then I've got a few things that I am decluttering. This is the Laura Geller Baked Bronze and Brighten in the shade Medium. I just got this as a little free gift with an Ulta purchase, and I did try this as a contour. This is much too deep for me, so I'm going to be passing this on to my friend Ami. Then I have the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bossy, and I'm going to be giving this to my friend Jean, who loves the Good Red Lip. Then I have a few palettes. So the first one is the Lime Crime Venus Original, and this is on sale during the 21 Days of Beauty. My friend Ami was texting me and our friend Amanda asking if we've tried these palettes, and I don't use mine very much. I love these two shades right here, but I don't reach for this palette to use those. I don't want to depot them because I might not use them after that, and I don't want to give someone a not full palette. So even though I love those two shades, because I don't use it very much, I'm going to give this to my friend Ami because she was interested in purchasing this for herself. And the next thing I have is the Physicians Formula Butter Collection palette in the medium to deep shade. This was limited edition last summer, and it did come with this little bottle of the Butter Paradise Eau de Toilette, and then you do have the deep bronzer, the Vintage Rouge blush, and then the two limited edition highlighters. I'm sending this to my friend Jean. I tried using the bronzer and the blush recently and they were just okay. I felt like they weren't that pigmented, but I think I was just overthinking thinking it, and I'm just not that in love with it. And I know my friend Jean really wanted the perfume, and she was interested in some of these products as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and send the whole thing to her. Next, I have a bunch of skincare. I am going to be decluttering, and it's all from Pixi, and that's not to say I don't enjoy Pixi products. I just have a lot of repeats, and there's also a lot of things in here from the Rose collection that I just don't think I will use, and I don't enjoy the scent of rose. I did end up keeping a couple things I really wanted to try, but a lot of things I did end up passing on. But this first thing I am giving to my friend Ami. This is the Glow Mud Cleanser. I've just had this for a little while and I haven't reached for it, and I do have other cleansers I need to use up, so I'm going to pass this on to her. And I texted her and I asked her if she wanted it, and then she had told me that she was just about to buy it that day, so perfect timing, so I'm going to give that to her. And then all the rest of these things I'm giving to my friend Amanda, and most all of these are from the Rose line except the peel and polish. They just sent out a package that has a bunch of masks, and they sent me another of these, so I'm just going to give her my original one that I haven't used yet, but people really love this. You guys just know I'm terrible about skincare. And then all of the other 4 things are from the Rose line. So this is the Makeup Melting Cleansing Cloths. I have the Rose Cream Cleanser, the Rose Oil Blend, and the Rose Glow Mist. So all of those things are going to be given to my friend Amanda, and that's actually it for like makeup skincare products. So if that's all that you're interested in, thank you so much for watching. But if you're wanting to stay tuned for the nail polish, let's move on. So I actually tested out all of my winter nail polishes. I really sat down in one day and tried them all out to see what I thought of the color, if the formulas were still good, and then there is one that I wore for like a whole week. So spoiler, I'm getting rid of all of them. The first one I was tempted to keep. So this is the Julie G nail polish in the shade Liquid Metal. This is very similar to Orly Rage, except Orly's Rage is a little bit more silver tone, and this one is a little bit more rosy. I actually like this one a little bit better color wise, but I just love Orly Rage, and I've had it for forever that I think I'm going to pass this one on to my sister. But this is a great formula and a beautiful color, so I do definitely recommend this one. The first 4 that I'm throwing out are some of my favorite glitters. I was absolutely in love with these when I was in college, and I've kind of moved on past glitter, and I really just love metallics now and duochrome polishes, holographic polishes. So these I'm going to be throwing out. This is OPI Bring on the Bling. It's from the Burlesque collection. This is like a gold base with some red and green glitters in here. I always wear this around Christmas time. Then I also have China Glaze Champagne Kisses, which is like a really pretty rosy champagne. I've got I'm Not Lying, which is a white gold. You can tell that this is completely dried out. And then I don't know, I might actually give away this one because this one is still pretty liquidy. This is Glistening Snow, which is like a silver polish, a silver glitter that's got some holographic pieces in it. So I'll probably give this one away, but the other ones are really dried out, so they'll have to be thrown away. Then we've got 4 more. This one I had gotten from a Birchbox, and I don't remember ever even using this, but I could barely get it open because it was just stuck. It was like there was polish all over the top of the bottle and it got stuck, and I had to use my teeth to open it, and now it's just gross and wrecked, and I'm going to be getting rid of this. This is the Ciate Mini Polish in Knee Highs. It's a beautiful shimmery navy color, and it was really pigmented. It was very opaque, but yeah, I unfortunately have to get rid of it now, but I didn't love the color. I don't really like dark nails on me, but the formula was really good. And then the last 3 I'm just throwing out because they've seemed to separate really badly and they just don't perform very well. So that would be the China Glaze Dorothy Who, which is a really beautiful bright blue glitter. Then I've got 2 from Deborah Lippman in Cleopatra in New York and Ruby Red slippers. So black base with large gold glitter, black base with large red glitter. These were just so sheer, and it was so much of that black base. I couldn't get them to build up. I didn't love that. So these are all, whoops. So those are all going to be going. So guys, that was my first update for my chopping block series, and I definitely need to test out a lot more products. So I'm going to do what I did last year where I put like pulled everything out, put it on the floor, separated it into updates, so I'm having them in front of my face to make myself use them. I've already got out all my spring polishes so I can start testing those, but I just need to be better about testing these things. But I'm excited with all the things that I am letting go from my collection. I am keeping quite a few cheek products, but I'm okay with that. So guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. I would love to know what things you may have decluttered from your collection recently. So guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.